This evening, trouble in paradise? Disagreement over mayoral allotment may have caused APNU-AFC rift. Grieving widow asks for public's help in catching her slain husband's alleged killer. Government malls humanitarian aid centers for Venezuelan immigrants. Former Bajan member of parliament charged with fraud. Some ask, will the same happen here? In the region, Brazil reopens its borders with Venezuela. And internationally, US President Donald Trump promises that anyone who does business with Iran is not welcome to do business in America.
From Safe TV headquarters in South Rival Gardens, this is Safe TV Headline News with George Gonzalez.
Today is Tuesday, August 7th, 2018, and this edition of Headline News is now being streamed live on Facebook and YouTube. I am Baby Bacchus. Thank you for joining us. In a move that some considers as damage control, President David Granger yesterday expressed no concerns over the coalition after AFC's decision to campaign independently for local government elections. However, in this report, Wendell Jeffrey tells us that according to some party insiders, all is not well in the APNU-AFC marriage.
Yesterday, President David Granger sought to put a nice face on a potentially nasty political situation. The AFC, after seeking to remain tied to APNU, has decided to go it alone at the local government election polls. It must be remembered that this new development is born out of the inability to agree on power sharing between the PNC, the leading arm of APNU, and the AFC. The report is that the AFC wants more than the PNC is willing to give, and it is this irreconcilable difference that is causing the rift. After the 2016 local government elections, the AFC was not satisfied with the 3 seats that they got on the mayor and city council in Georgetown. It was also agreed that over time, the PNC would take the mayoral position and the AFC the deputy mayoral position. However, the outspokenness of Sherrod Duncan, the AFC's pick for the deputy mayor, threw a wrench into that arrangement. At the last internal elections for the mayor and city council, Akeem Peter, a PNC member, was selected for the post of deputy mayor. Peter is currently a contestant for a spot on the PNC's executive committee. As part of the failure in the latest round of negotiations with APNU is the fact that the AFC wants rotating mayoral positions in all of the townships, including Georgetown. The PNC negotiators said no. Stabroek News is reporting that the go-it-alone position for the local government elections is not cause for concern, according to President David Granger. The president went on to note that this situation in no way will damage the prospect of the 2 parties going into the general and regional elections as one. That might be so because the AFC has been able to secure some of the most substantive ministerial positions in the cabinet. And if the ministerial designations hold for the next general elections, the AFC might well be satisfied. The Commonsburg Accord, which solidified the marriage between APNU and the AFC, is up for review. It is rumored that the AFC will be pushing for a more involved piece of the administrative pie. If, however, there are similar irreconcilable differences on that front, the AFC might well pull out or be removed from the coalition, and they will go it alone at the national polls. For Channel 2 Headline News, Wendell Jeffrey.
Thanks, Wendell. Madia in Region 8 Pataro Superuni will soon become Guyana's 10th town, according to the Minister of Communities, Ronald Bulcan. The minister told the Department of Public Information that the government is ready to move ahead with the process. However, Madia has been having some delays due to issues with internal boundaries. Minister Bulcan said, "We are at an advanced stage of resolving that matter, and the last remaining issue was that while we have arrived at the external boundaries of what will become the municipality of Madia, it encompasses 2 Amerindian villages, Campbelltown and Mykobi. He added that the government could not proceed and create the township and exclude the Amerindian villages as the law makes provision for the inclusion of all. Thus far, the government has been holding consultations with the communities to ascertain whether they would like to be part of the township. The two villages were given up to the end of July to decide whether they would like to be part of that township. Government malls humanitarian aid centers for Venezuelan migrants. Here's Shamar Allen with more.
The government is considering the creation of a multi-agency committee to pursue the establishment of humanitarian aid centers for the Venezuelan migrants. The agency will have a particular focus in the Berrima-Winey Region 1 area. Minister of State Joseph Harmon said this was decided following a report from the Minister of Citizenship highlighting the challenges the influx of Venezuelan migrants will pose. The multi-agency committee will also be tasked with requesting international assistance to adequately address the issue.
Coordination between the Guyana Police Force and the Ministry of Public Health to address health issues, including vaccination and immunization of the migrants, and the distribution of relevant posters in the requisite language to assist in communication with the migrants were also discussed.
The last group arriving in Guyana, Minister Harmon said, consists of 42 persons. The Department of Citizenship and the Guyana Police Force continue to monitor the arrival of the migrants closely. For Channel 2 Headline News, Shamar Allen.
Thanks, Shamar. Don't go away. Coming up after the break, grieving widow asks for public's help in catching her slain husband's killer. But first, here's today's foreign currency exchange rates.
For the latest in news from Guyana, the region, and beyond, visit our website, headlinenewsguyana.com.
The Big King you love just chickened out. Introducing the new Chicken Big King with 2 crispy chicken patties and our signature King sauce. The new Chicken Big King, now part of our Burger King favorites. Only at Burger King, where taste is king.
Need a ride around town and beyond? Look no further than Oasis Ride Taxi Service. With affordable prices and some of the best drivers in the business, we've been delivering prompt and reliable service to Guyana for over 16 years. We also offer tours, chauffeur service, and even car rentals. You can call us at 231-5554 or 225-5496. For deals, specials, and more information, find our page on Facebook. Oasis Ride Taxi Service. Let's go.
The night you have been waiting for is finally here. Heavenly Light Maka presents Tasha Cobbs and her band live in concert. Now on the 14th of September at the National Stadium, 18:30 hours. Redeemers Band, All Women Worship Band, Sean Sobers, Sean English, the Minion Dancers, and many, many more. It's Tasha Cobbs and her band live at the National Stadium in Guyana. Tickets $2,000. Come experience the presence of the Lord as we worship the King together.
This is what shopping used to be. More plastic bags than I could carry or I could use. They always end up in the bin or as unsightly litter. Then it hit me. Get just one reusable bag. Now whenever I shop, I don't use plastic bags. I always have my reusable bag. It makes shopping a lot easier, and it's better for the environment.
Use one less disposable plastic bag. Make the switch to a reusable bag today. For more information, please call us on 226-2189 or 227-8429 or visit our website moc.gov.gy. A message from the Ministry of Communities in collaboration with the Inter-American Development Bank.
Welcome back. A former Bajan politician arrested in New York for fraud charges leaves some to ask if the same will be done here for politicians accused of unethical acts in office in Guyana. Wanda Jeffrey tells us more.
After only 4 months into a new government, the United States has handed down an 8-page indictment for a former Barbados Labour Party member of parliament. Donville Innes was responsible for the Ministry of Industry, which included international business, commerce, and small business development of Barbados. 2 days ago, Innes was arrested in the United States. The indictment alleges that in or about and between August 2015 and April 2016, Donville Innes leveraged his position as the Minister of Industry and engaged in a scheme to accept approximately $36,000 in bribes from the Barbados company. The company that Innes is alleged to have defrauded is the Barbados Investment and Development Corporation, BIDC. Reports are that he encouraged the BIDC to purchase an insurance policy, and a portion of the purchasing funds was wired to an account belonging to him in New York. It is believed that Innes set up a shell operation in New York that operated as a dental company. The news of Innes's arrests comes as a welcome relief to many Barbadians. There is the belief that members of the Barbados Labour Party, which was recently removed from office, were involved in different kinds of illegal activities. The Barbados Labour Party's loss at the polls was of historic proportions. The former Barbados Prime Minister Frondell Stewart had sought to deny claims of corruption by his members of parliament. A record of his defense of his ministers has since been made into a parody. Turning to Guyana, while in opposition, the coalition had accused the PPP government of massive corruption. However, after 3 years in office and millions spent in audits, there is yet to be a single conviction of any of those accused. However, the PPP has since leveled a number of charges of corruption against the coalition government. For Channel 2 Headline News, Wendell Jeffrey.
Thanks, Wendell. The Guyana's Revenue Authority's tax amnesty program has reached its second and final phase. Individuals and corporate taxpayers who file all outstanding tax returns can qualify for 50% of all interests and penalties in this phase. This is according to a press statement released on Tuesday. The Guyana Revenue Authority wishes to advise the general public that tax amnesty has entered its second and final phase, July 1st, 2018 to September 30th, 2018. This recourse to settle tax liabilities applies to those who are delinquent in filing and payment, those who mistakenly underreported or understated their income, and/or those who are subjected to complete audits and a determination was made that the additional taxes owed to the GRA are still outstanding. Additionally, only income, corporate property, capital gains, and withholding tax-related penalties will be waived. The GRA tax amnesty will conclude on September 30th, 2018. Earlier this year, a years-old grudge between two men was settled after the untimely death of Leon Delph. Now, his widow is appealing to the general public to help her find her husband's alleged murderer. Esther Silvers brings us more on that story.
It has been several months since Leon Delph was killed over an old grievance in Buxton. He was reportedly killed by a man known as Junior Allen. Now, Delph's grieving widow, Rochelle Francis, is frustrated. She believes the police are investigating her husband's case in a slothful manner. According to her, many persons witnessed the confrontation. In fact, Francis had received a photo of her husband's alleged killer.
It is a murder case, and at least the photograph supposed was to be out there, so you could only, if you're going over to French Guyana, wherever you could only. Because the amount of persons went around when he get murdered, he's supposed to already get old because it had a lot of eyewitness on the scene.
According to Francis, the photo which she received was shown to the police to be used as a wanted bulletin. However, the officers declined to use the photograph because it's a side image of the suspect.
This is the only photograph like circulating, and it's not, they can't work with it the same because it's a side photo.
Where do you get the photo from?
A friend sent the photograph to my phone.
The woman has been relentlessly seeking justice for her husband, going from police station to police station, hoping for additional aid in finding Delph's suspected murderer.
Twice in July, I went to Vigilance, and then I get sent to Coven Johns to see the OC there. The OC really can't do nothing because he said he didn't get enough evidence. You got no part this person located. And if you know directly where the person located, then he could send a patrol vehicle to pick him up. I don't live on the East Coast, so I can know directly where he located.
Worse yet, according to Francis, Delph's daughter from a previous relationship is now an orphan, since her mother had recently died.
It's been hard, especially for this little girl. And yet the next daughter, it's even more hard for her because she lost her mom recently.
Alan's grievance with Delph's, which stems from an altercation between the two on All Year's Night 2011. At that time, Delph had punched Alan, rendering him unconscious. If you have any information regarding Junior Allen, you should visit the nearest police station or call 911. For Channel 2 Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. Don't go away. After the break, Brazil reopens its border with Venezuela. And U.S. President Donald Trump promises that anyone who does business with Iran is not welcome to do business in America. But first, here is this week's bridge retraction schedule.
The Big King you love just chickened out. Introducing the new Chicken Big King with 2 crispy chicken patties and our signature king sauce. The new Chicken Big King, now part of our Burger King favorites. Only at Burger King, where taste is king.
Wouldn't it be nice if we didn't have so much waste to dispose of in the landfill? Well, composting can help us reduce the waste we dispose of by turning our organic waste into compost, which can be used to improve the quality of our soil.
Composting is very simple and convenient. You can compost using organic waste such as vegetable skins,
or fallen leaves and cut grass, and put this in a composting bin or pile.
Compost can help your garden grow healthy plants while reducing your volume of waste. It's a really good way to keep our communities clean and healthy.
So, let's all start composting our waste.
Find out how easy it is. Call us on 226-2189 or 227-8429 or visit our website moc.gov.ui. A message from the Ministry of Communities in collaboration with the Inter-American Development Bank.
The night you have been waiting for is finally here. Heavenly Light Mucker presents Tasha Cobbs and her band live in concert. Now on the 14th of September at the National Stadium, 18:30 hours. Redeemers Band, All Women Worship Band, Sean Sobers, Sean English, Dominion Dancers, and many, many more. It's Tasha Cobbs and her band live at the National Stadium in Guyana. Tickets $2,000. Come experience the presence of the Lord as we worship the King together.
Need a ride around town and beyond? Look no further than Oasis Ride Taxi Service. With affordable prices and some of the best drivers in the business, we've been delivering prompt and reliable service to Guyana for over 16 years. We also offer tours, chauffeur service, and even car rentals. You can call us at 231-5554 or 225-5496. For deals, specials, and more information, find our page on Facebook, Oasis Ride Taxi Service. Let's go.
Welcome back. Here's George Gonsalves with the regional and international headlines of the day.
In regional news, Brazil has reopened its northern border with Venezuela to those fleeing economic and political turmoil there after briefly closing it. The Supreme Court overturned an earlier order to shut the frontier until Brazil could put in place the right conditions to receive the huge influx of people. Authorities in the state of Roraima in Brazil's Amazon region say some 500 Venezuelans cross the border every day. The border was reopened to Venezuelan migrants after a few hours on Monday. And in international news, U.S. President Donald Trump has issued a strong warning to anyone trading with Iran following his reimposition of sanctions on the country. Anyone doing business with Iran will not be doing business with the United States, the president tweeted. Some reimposed sanctions took effect overnight, and tougher ones relating to oil exports will begin in November. Iran's president said the measures were, quote, psychological warfare, which was aimed to sow division among Iranians. The European Union has also spoken out against the sanctions, vowing to protect firms doing, quote, legitimate business with Iran. The sanctions follow the U.S.'s withdrawal from the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, also known as the Iran nuclear deal, a deal negotiated during the presidency of Barack Obama, which saw Iran limit its controversial nuclear activities in exchange for sanctions relief. And finally, a woman who sold her 9-year-old son to pedophiles on the dark net has been jailed for 12 years and 6 months by a court in southern Germany. Her partner, the boy's stepfather, was also jailed for 12 years. 5 other men have also been prosecuted in connection with the abuse. The couple were found guilty of rape, aggravated sexual assault of children, forced prostitution, and distribution of child pornography. They had sexually abused the boy themselves for at least 2 years. Channel 2 Headline News, George Gonsalves.
Thanks, George. Here's your 3-day weather forecast. And that's Channel 2 Headline News for this Tuesday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to find Channel 2 Headline News on Facebook, YouTube, and our website, headlinenewsguyana.com. You can also tune in tomorrow morning at 6:30 for a rebroadcast, and Wednesday evening at 7 for more news. For now, I am Lily Backer signing out from your newscasting. Thank you for staying tuned, and do have a blessed evening.